So the idea is for you to not have to use it. My happiest day ever is when a stroke survivor sends back a device and they've gotten progress, right? They don't need the Motus hand anymore. I mean,
hey everyone, my name is Dr. Nick Halsey with Motus Nova. I'm a licensed neurophysical therapist and neuroscientist helping brain injury survivors understand how to make functional gains after their injury. I hope this video helps you in your recovery.
Well, the thing is, so in terms of the equipment,
yes.
How would you go about measuring to the hand, or is there a standard equipment, medium, large, small?
Very important thing to mention. And what we say is that the device is one size fits most. Not all, but one size fits most. And we have been able to work with individuals as, let's say, small in stature as a 5-year-old, and as large as someone I think who was probably 6'4", 6'5". And so the device has the ability to adjust to your unique anatomy. And the way we do this is we change the joint segments and we change where those axes of rotation line up with your arm. And so there's a process early on where we walk you through how to fit the device to you and to fit your unique anatomy.
How much does it, how much should I budget for?
Oh, good question. Yeah, so there are basically it's a monthly subscription service right now. And I believe that monthly subscription service is around $399.
Okay. And
so that's something that you can use on a month-by-month basis. So there's no long-term commitment. Just use it as long as you're getting benefits from that. And then as soon as you either hit your goals or you plateau, you return it. No questions asked. And that really is our sort of recognition that each stroke survivor, each survivor of neurologic injury is different, and their needs for rehab are very different. And we need to find a model that will work with them. Because some people may only need a couple of months of rehab to reach their full potential. Other individuals may need it long-term, or maybe even need it long-term for maintenance. And we want to make sure that we've got a structure in place that will be able to accommodate that diversity of needs. And we felt like a month-by-month basis was much more applicable for more individuals.
And is it connected to electrical or some motion with this?
So it will provide motion for you. So it will physically move your arm. That's what the muscles on it, the actuators on board will physically move your arm. But it's a balancing act. It's a sort of a symbiosis, if you will, between you and the robotic device. We want you to do as much movement as possible, and the Motus hand will step in and provide help for you to complete a task, to complete an exercise. But it doesn't need to do that above and beyond what you need, right? Because if we provide too much assistance, you can become dependent on that. And so it's kinematic in nature, meaning it's movement based.
Hey, if you're finding this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe to help other brain injury survivors learn how Motus Nova is changing neuro-rehab.
In terms of the electrical side of things, there's no electrical stimulator. So this is not an e-stem-based device. We are very much of the mindset that having a natural endogenous stimulation where you're trying to actually provide the motions yourself is probably the preferred way to go. And let me quickly defend that statement. And what I can do is I can explain that I can easily put an electrode on your arm. I can easily pass current through it, and that will cause your muscles to contract. Great. It looks like you have movement. But what happens when I take off those electrical stimulators? You're no longer able to generate those muscle movements, those muscle contractions. There's very little what we call carryover or persistence of those effects. And so we have to recognize that while those things can transiently improve your muscle function by nature of just causing current to go through them, it's unlikely that those effects carry over. And so for us, we take a different tact where we want people to learn the endogenous capabilities of their muscles. We want them to relearn how to control it naturally with their own nervous system. And so that's what we focus on.
So it is almost like looks like the arm, the fingers, everything.
So it's a sleeve that your arm goes on. Let me see if I can have one of my team members bring me one in. Effectively, it's a sleeve that your arm goes in, and the muscle sits on the top here, and that actually provides the anchor point, which you can get this opening and closing of the hand. And so when this muscle contracts on the top, it brings up your hand into an open, extended position, and it can relax and cause your hand to flex.
Once you have the equipment, or once you assemble and put it on the hand in the daytime or whenever, how many does it become part and parcel of the body that it works itself, or does it have to be reminded that you have to work?
So ultimately, you can imagine this being a therapeutic-based device. You wear it for a set amount of time for the days. When you were, like, for instance, you would go see your therapist, you do your rehab. Here, same sort of thing. You put the device on and you do your exercises, and those effects carry over. So the idea is for you to not have to use it. My happiest day ever is when a stroke survivor sends back a device and they've had they've gotten progress, right? They don't need the Motus hand anymore. I mean, they've gotten their own function back, right? That's the actual goal. And so, no, we ultimately do not want you to have to incorporate this into your own body. This is a device that's there to help you get back your own function without assistance.
I would love to see how it looks on the person. Is it easy to assemble it into the arm, or onto the arm, not into the arm, but onto the arm?
Yeah. So I think one of my team members is bringing me one right now, but there are a number of resources online. I'll be sure to send you those resources. There's a number of videos that show how it gets put on, and a number of resources that show how it is used on a daily basis. So those resources are available online.
Thanks for watching this video. If you have questions or would like to speak with me about how you can make functional gains from home, call or text me at 404-939-3476 or visit motusnova.com/contact.